Good afternoon, everybody. It is your commander and internet father, Rebel, here again on another Wednesday. And I see quite a few little avatars on the screen, more than I usually have, because I figured out that my Discord bot has not been notifying you when I start streams. Isn't that lovely? But I have found the solution. Hopefully. Apparently it was because I did not give it admin privileges, so anytime it tried to use the role to notify everyone, it did not have the permissions to do so. So hopefully it has now been fixed, and when I stream tomorrow, it will work as intended. Hopefully. But I hope everybody has enjoyed their day. My day at work was pretty uneventful. It was honestly pretty chill. Weirdly enough, I got more people telling me, well, I guess to add context, my office always decorates the desk of someone's, if it is their birthday. They usually will start decorating either the day before if they're off, or the morning of, and just have a few people get there early that want to. And so I had a bunch of stuff at my terminal, happy birthday balloons, all that jazz. Weirdly enough, I got more people telling me happy birthday today than on my actual birthday. So, kind of weird. Also kind of weird because I feel like more has been going on today than on my actual birthday. It's okay. We're here. And I'm going to be... It's going to be multiple first attempts this stream. It's going to be my first attempt at painting orcs, but it is also going to be my first attempt at painting using the slap chop method. And if you don't know what that method is, I will explain it as we run the gauntlet. Hello, Richie. Welcome in. And thank you for pointing out the fact that my bot was not working on the Discord. Because, technically it was working and doing what it was programmed to do, but it couldn't do some of those things because I hadn't given it admin privileges. But now it has them. So I will know tomorrow if the issue is fixed. But thank you for letting me know. Because I have probably had that bot on my Discord for well over a year, not realizing it has never notified a single person that I am streaming. I hate technology. And I know it's ironic coming from someone who's part cyborg, but I hate technology. It's great until it doesn't work, and then it's the most annoying thing on the planet. But anyway, I'm starting to sound like a boomer. Let's go ahead and start painting. Okay, so if this is your first time watching the paint streams, one thing that I got for our anniversary, mine and Ruby's anniversary, is she helped me to get the 11th edition starter set of Warhammer, which included like 30 orcs and like 28 Space Marines. And they have been sitting on my shelf. Granted, they are primed, so, and put together, which is more than a lot of other painters do. A lot of painters have what they call their pile of shame, which is all of their unfinished minis. But I have at least gotten to building and priming every single one of them. So there's just an army of solid black orcs and solid black space marines on my shelf. But I've done the hard part, aka the backlog of doom. Exactly. And that is why I am doing a lot of painting this week, mainly because Ruby says that if I don't paint the ones that I have now, she's not going to let me buy anymore. Granted, she is joking, but probably only partially, because I've bought a lot in the like 6 months that I've been getting into the hobby. Seen plenty of Gunpla backlogs. That's one thing I don't think I could get into. I have tried doing full-on build kits, and I just did a build kit of Boba Fett from Hasbro, and it was the worst. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was very time consuming with very little payoff because the model sucked. Like half of the colors didn't match. The parts looked nothing like what they were pictured on the box. It felt like a huge ripoff, and it kind of turned me off of doing build kits. And I feel like I don't count these because the more, or I don't know, with the build kits, that's kind of like the whole point of it, is to build it. With these, the point is building is a small part of it, and then painting, and then actually playing a game. And things are going good, Noble. Welcome in, welcome in. We are going to be painting orcs, and I'm going to be trying my first ever attempt at a paint method called slap chop. And the best way I can explain it, those kits are kind of just bad. However, the Gundam kits are really good. A whole bunch of build grades, real grades, master grades are known for their really good color separation. Yeah, I mean, I might be able to get into it, but I feel like for me, I enjoy the painting part of Warhammer more than the building. And with the build kits, they're already mostly like semi-painted, so that takes some of the fun out of it for me. I will say, for me, building kits are not fun. There are Gunpla miniatures that are out. I have seen the Gundam tabletop. I actually saw that when Ruby took me to Gen Con last weekend. I'm not going to lie, they look really cool, but I'm already spending too much money on this stuff. I don't need to start a whole new wargame hobby when I haven't even finished painting the ones I have for Warhammer. So to answer your question, Noble, building kits can be fun. They are not for me, especially because the first build kit I got was a total ripoff and looked nothing like the box and was just frustrating to work on. They're pretty fun. I would know, as I'm a relatively new Gunpla builder. I mean, there's a lot of people that do Gunpla. Actually, another VTuber that I follow, who is a kaiju VTuber, she does a lot of Gunpla videos. And it's sad that I say that, and I'm totally drawing a blank on her channel name, which is awful because I've actually rated her before. Oh my god. Twitch, work with me here. Come on. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. It's gonna happen. Hold on. Am I having a stroke? Why am I not seeing half of my streamers that I follow? I'm gonna be over here looking for it and someone's gonna post their name in chat. Yep. Kaiju waifu. What did I say? What did I say? I should have known that the chat would be quicker than me. That's just for the course. Yep. See, I can't see chat while I'm looking through my browser. It's difficult. It's not on the front of my screen like it is for you guys. I mean, I follow a lot of kaiju VTubers, totally not because I have a thing for tall women, because weird. Don't use any of my Ruby redeems and make me a hypocrite. Who am I kidding? I can't keep that a secret. It's all over my Discord and my Twitter and half of my Twitch clips. We know the kind of man I am. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting off topic again. We are doing slap chop, which basically the way slap chop works is you kind of do the painting in reverse to how you would do normal miniature paints, because you do all of the shading and the highlights. You do all of that first before you put any paint to the model, or at least any colors. And then you paint purely with contrast paints. Which Army Painter has their Speed Paint 2.0, which is probably the most popular paint for doing slap chop. So basically what we're going to be doing, of course, with most slap chop they recommend black primer, which is all I use anyway. I prime all of my minis in black. And then you take a medium to light gray paint with a dry brush and just put it all over the mini, not focusing too much on getting all of the small cracks and crevices of the model. And it leaves it it pretty much makes it look like a statue when you're done. If it looks like a statue by the time you finished, you're pretty much doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then once you have that on there, then you switch to a white and focus purely on highlighted areas of your mini. So however you plan to have it highlighted, because one thing most model artists will tell you is you want to have an idea of like imaginary lighting on your models, just because with them being so much smaller than actual full-sized like characters, lighting hits them very differently than if they were like life-sized. So you kind of have to put highlights on them to simulate if they were their normal size. So what most painters do is they get some kind of spotlight, which like I have this one here, and they put it on their mini in the way they would like the lighting to be when there's no additional lighting at all. Which this works really well, because with that bright light on it you can see all of the shiny areas on the model from the left side. So you could easily put white highlights just along like the top left area of the model, a little bit on like the knee and the pouches. Most of everything on the other side you can kind of leave untouched. I mean, you can put a little bit of lighting on there or highlights if you want to have some, like, I don't know, uniformity to the highlights, but you don't really want to put a ton of highlights on the bottom half of the Mini, because once it's standing upright, there's going to be a lot of shading on those areas. So it's really, you're kind of just wasting your time and painting the bottom of the Mini, at least painting it a ton. It's good to have some on there, just so that if you're playing in a really brightly lit area, it doesn't look like you just skipped painting below the waist. So it's kind of a what's the right way to describe it? It's kind of a play by ear way of doing it. Okay, so we have our Vallejo. This is the medium sea gray. You don't want to go for a gray that's too dark, or it's just going to blend in with the black primer. So you kind of want to go with something right between black and white, somewhere in the center there. So I'm going to take the brush, wet the top of it a little bit. Now, I know it does say a dry brush, but it's kind of hyperbole, because you don't want it to be completely dry, or else no paint will stick to it. But you want to have, for dry brushing, you definitely want to have something near you, like a microfiber towel, or it's like paper towel, something like that, to get all of the excess paint off, because you don't want it to be completely covered in paint. You want it just enough paint on there that you can hit the topmost part of your model and then leave all of the recessed areas unpainted. And a little bit of paint on a dry brush can go a long way, if you can't already tell. Paint on this top half. Paint all of the shooter here. I want to make sure I get the full model, at least for this half. I don't want to miss anything on this part. And I do like the dry brush just for the fact that you don't have to be super gentle with it, with the paint. You can put a little bit extra on it if you really want to. Not going to hurt the overall look of the model that much. You do have to be a little bit gentler if you have models that have like delicate parts that can easily break off, obviously, but other than that, you can really kind of just do whatever you want with the brush, as long as you're not putting too much pressure. Otherwise, you'll just start painting in the spots that you're trying to leave dark. And just like that, we have the first step of slap chop done with our orc statue. Looking pretty good. I might try to paint in there a little bit. Just to add a little bit of texture to his arms there. Alright, we got that. And then, well, first of all, let me go ahead, wet this a little bit just to get that extra gray paint out. You don't have to try too hard with the dry brushes. You can kind of, I mean, you don't have to wait. He has been stoned. He has been. How dare you? How you like my orc statue?
Did you see what I sent you?
No.
On the TikTok?
I did not.
It's a video of a girl that painted Warhammer stuff, and I was like, yes, queen.
Yeah, girls play Warhammer too.
Oh, but wait till you see it. You're gonna love it.
Oh. You know, I shouldn't be surprised.
Yes, 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 yes.
I mean, she did do a really great job. I mean, it looks like a stained glass window at an LGBTQ church, but it was done really well.
It looks fantastic. So anywho, I have this new idea for a TikTok that we need to do.
Oh yeah?
And it's Warhammer. It'll be Warhammer related. So you tell for you it would be your wife, you want to get Warhammer figures. I always get the money from someplace, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the fact that I am sitting at $70 in my account to make it till Thursday.
Look,
because I might have spent too much of Warhammer, or to be fair, is because the thing that I ordered was more than initially was explained to me. But we won't get into that. Also, Richie says hi.
Hi, Richie. All right, chat. Agree with me. We're on a figure buying ban until we paint the figures we have, right?
I mean, in all technicality, they are all painted. It's just with a primer.
Look at that. You see that? Oh, hold on.
You gotta press the button on the... There you go.
Oh, yeah. Look at that ugliness. Blech. Okay, sorry.
I'm trying slap chop, which is basically like you do all of the steps in reverse. So you do all the highlighting and shading, and then you use a wash, so it just does all the highlights for you.
This is awful.
I gotta turn all my orcs into statues first.
Okay, so back to the chat. The chat says you to me, because we paint the figures that we have.
I know.
How many do you have that is unpainted? Want me to count?
Yes. At least 60. And hey, like I said, they're painted. They all have black primer on them. They're not all solid gray. So I've done more than most people that have a wall of shame.
8. I'm counting 48
There's
presently.
more on
that
this.
does not involve the ones not put together.
And the ones on the top
49,
shelf.
50, 51, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Is that one have?
Yeah, I may have a problem.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole other row?
I tried to tell you, but you were too busy counting. Hey, to be fair, the starter set that I bought came with like 50 in the box to start out with.
I'm at 90 without counting any of the ones in this one. And there's 19 in there. That's 109. And that's not counting the ones that you bought this week.
Actually, that is counting the, well,
No.
the thing I bought this week, that's going to be pre-painted, so I don't have to worry about painting that. I like making sure I had a backlog so I have plenty to paint on stream.
109. We are on a buying ban, sir.
Yes, Mom.
You need Jesus.
I have Jesus. He's right there. You just showed it. You just showed him. He's right there on my computer. I knew Warhammer people have a problem with buying too many minis, but holy shit.
Ah, my gosh.
And I've only been in this hobby for like 6 months.
Yeah, it's a real problem. And I can paint them faster than you, so why don't you just let me paint them? I'll get them real pretty for you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I said 109, but there's literally 5 right in front of me that you haven't finished painting. That's 114, in case you were wondering.
I wasn't, but thanks.
Okay. Well, God bless. Gonna go away now.
I love you.
But that's the TikTok that we need to make. And yeah. I don't know how we do it.
I do always find the money somewhere.
I don't know how we do it with your figure or whatever. We can do it like this right here where you're like recording and it's like a plethora here and your wife just being like, where are you getting the money?
Never you mind where I'm getting the money.
Chat, tell him that he could totally have like bought me flowers or like a book.
What are we doing Saturday?
You're going with me to hold books.
Mm-hmm.
But you are not purchasing the books. I will purchase the books because I get paid.
This is what you get to look forward to when you join my streams and Ruby's around. Just so much judgment all the time.
I was totally maxed out on the socialization today. Maxed out.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, that's me every day when I get off work.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good?
Gotta love judgment from the wife. I mean, the best kind of judgment is spousal judgment. I mean, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. She doesn't actually judge me or shame me. She just likes to tease me.
No, first, I do actually judge you.
I mean,
do
you do
actually
judge my
tease you.
spending habits.
And I do actually call a ban at this point. However, I love you unconditionally, and even if you choose to not listen to a single thing that I say and or think, I'm still gonna love you. So, who really cares?
As long as you know that I probably am not going to listen. As long as you're aware.
Well, you didn't listen 99% of the time that I speak, so, That's life, yo.
That's life.
I believe you have a problem.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's only a problem when I run out of miniatures.
Which will be...
It'll be about a
Next
year,
year.
probably. I'll run out of miniatures right when a new edition comes out, and I'll have to buy more to be able to play the new systems.
Can I also ask, okay, the miniatures have come out of these boxes. I was about to be like, bro, we did not get to 114 and there's literally 2. I didn't count these. Have these been emptied?
All the boxes up there are empty, yes. The only ones that are not empty are the minis that you got me for my birthday and the set that I pre-ordered.
Now, my question then becomes, why are we collecting these?
What do you mean?
What's up with this?
Oh, some of those have pieces that I can use for, like, custom builds. Like, there's weapons and attachments and stuff in some of those.
Oh, my goodness.
And I can use some of it to make sprue goo.
Okay, chat. This is only a portion. Are you ready? They're so huge too.
I'm sorry, do I come onto your TikToks and judge you in front of all of your viewers? I didn't think so.
Didn't follow me on TikTok until yesterday, so.
I mean, that's true. That's just because I didn't want to dox myself.
It makes it very hard for me to support you because if I comment on your stuff, then it's very apparent that Ruby's commenting on all of your things. So
Yeah.
I just don't.
I don't know. I mean, should I honestly care at this point? I'm a male VTuber. Most people don't even think we're real, so would it really matter if I dox myself? I'm not really worried about getting doxed as a male VTuber. Ain't like someone's gonna try and stalk me and come to my house to try to...
Baby, I'd stalk you any day. Hey, yo. Oi.
Really?
Oi.
Really?
Oh, with that I did? Yes.
See what I have to put up with. Don't shut the door, it's hot. That's why I got the fan going.
Which you took from your kid.
He's got his lo-fi Pokemon and Zelda to listen to as he goes to bed.
Oh, but he's burning hot. Oh,
It is not hot
he's
upstairs.
So hot.
Quit trying to make me look like...
Been in bed 4 minutes ago.
Quit trying to make me look like a bad dad.
How is he?
Oh, Lord. What the heck happened to my... Oh, there it is. Hey, Crystal, thank you. It was actually yesterday, but thank you. Thank you. Oh, what's Will doing? Oh. Will messaging me to give me info regarding Rust, because I do plan on joining him on a Rust server in the near future, and we'll probably stream it. Let's see. I feel like I have to. I gotta do the thing. Hold on. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. I just turned 34. I am officially middle-aged, I guess. It's apparently, according to Ruby, that 34 is when you're supposed to be middle-aged. So I'm waiting for the moment I go through my midlife crisis. But I mean, to be honest, I feel like Warhammer could very easily be a midlife crisis. I just started early. Because it's usually older dads that don't have time to do anything else but Warhammer that end up getting into Warhammer. So, I'm not going to be able to do a full slap chop paint of this orc just because I don't have enough oil paints. I have enough for my Space Marines to do a full slap chop paint of those, but yeah, on these guys not so much. This is the green is the only wash I have for the orcs. I might need a bigger brush for this. So far, so good. The thing that's making it difficult is I can't tell what part of him is clothing and what part is just like his actual skin. I definitely missed the back of the sword here. I need to touch that up a little bit. Let's get some more paint on this brush here. And then dry it off a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna take this off of the face thing real quick. Hard to really see all the little pieces of the Mini when I got different lighting and parts. Okay, I think that's better. There we go. Alright, so we'll clean this dry brush off a little bit. Don't mind the camera going crazy. That's just because I am trying my darndest to get extra paint off of this dry brush. It takes a lot of effort. Okay. Ooh, come on. Get on there. Get on the thing. There we go. Alright. I mean, green's not looking bad. I mean, you can definitely see the highlights that it added. Now there's Bigfoot upstairs, aka my son. Alright. I know one thing with these washes, less is definitely more. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look bad. Probably add a little bit of an extra coat on his face there, because everything else is looking a little dark compared to his face. his little grenade green there. Okay. Let's see. Bit. I can use Agrax Earthshade. Blood Red. I feel like I'm missing paint somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Okay. Use some of this Agrax Earthshade. And then we got Grim Black, Blood Red. I might use the Blood Red on his Shuda and his little ponytail there. We'll see how that goes. Actually, we'll go ahead and do the red areas first. Definitely notice that less is more with these oil paints or washes. They're still acrylic. They're just very washed down. I feel like I could just use regular paints and just thin them extra thin and it kind of do the same thing. Or I can try a smaller brush. I think I'm going to use a smaller brush for doing this. Blood Red's a lot brighter than I was expecting it to be. And I think using the smaller brush is having the opposite effect of what I wanted it to have. And it's making it more difficult to paint these. So what if I go to a bigger brush? So let's try the 4. Try not to apply too much at one time, just because with this paint being as thin as it is, it will run very quickly if I'm not careful. Okay. I think I'm going to try to use the Agrex shade now and see how that looks. Man, that blood red paint really wants to stay in that brush. Okay. So we'll try Agrex. I might try and do the Grim Black on the actual pistol there. We'll do this one for the leathery parts of his outfit. Yeah, that the earth shade does almost nothing. I kind of expected that. That's fine. But that's about what I expected, because it's not actually a contrast paint, it is a shade. So it's literally just designed to darken areas, not add any kind of actual color to it. So we'll go ahead and do this section here. Ad break time. I might do some black shade on his pants there. Make sure I don't accidentally hit boots with the black contrast paints. Although I might hit these metal bits on the boots. Alright. Let's this brush off a little bit. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Fortunately, I do have to run ads to avoid pre-roll ads for new viewers. Unless you have Twitch Turbo or have a sub. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead. Hook in some more of this red. This ponytail. I'm liking how the contrast paint looks so far. It's just the fact that I don't have a lot of contrast paints to work with. So I might have to I don't know how I want to go forward with this, because I don't know if I just want to try and use the other paints that I have. Because the problem I'm going to run into is they're not going to have the shading that the main body has. Let's see. Let's try and use some of these paints and just see how it looks. And it's like I have a system in place on how I want them to look, but I don't know how well it's going to carry over, going from a contrast to a base paint. Yeah, it's going to be completely different between these two. It's just got a much thicker coverage than the contrast paints do. I mean, it doesn't look too bad with the mix between the two different paint styles, but I'd probably prefer just one or the other. I won't say that one is really better than the other. It's just different methods of paint. Because, I mean, you can get roughly the same results either way. Only thing with the slap chop method is it's built, or it's kind of supposed to be fast by design. So if you use slap chop the way that it's supposed to be used, I would say the quality is not going to be as good as if you did just regular paints. Because with regular slap chop, you're trying to go for speed. I mean, you're not trying to make a complete mess. I mean, usually you're not, but it's supposed to be like trying to find that happy medium between fast and good. Alright, take your time, you'll be done when I'm a dementia-riddled paint shitter. Okay, you know what? Life's a journey, not a destination, alright? Okay. Also, hi, South. My favorite alleged terrorist. I don't even know if I can say that word on Twitch. I've just got myself in trouble. Who cares? Unless I'm Hassan Piker, they can find a reason to ban me for anything, I'm sure. Alleged is false at this point. Okay, we'll say unconvicted. That's probably more accurate. Can't be a terrorist if they haven't caught you yet. Well, actually, I don't think that's how that works. But you get what I'm saying. This section. Sorry if I can't join again. I have to get up early to get ready for child meeting, teacher, and school. It's fine. Understandable, I guess. You can still join tomorrow when everything is done. Alright, whenever you say, I'll hold you to that. I had to get this. It's been a minute since I've heard that redeem. It caught me off guard. Yay. I'm so glad you're entertained. Not too bad a looking old boy, is it? Kind of missed a little section of green on his arm here. That real quick. Maybe. Doesn't even look like I got any on there. Doesn't look like it really did much of anything. She texted me again. She did. Oh Lord. Well, my wife has found the girly painters of Warhammer. I guess, is that the right term? I don't even know what you would actually call them. But she's basically found all of the Warhammer painters on TikTok that paint all of their minis in like bright pink and just rainbow. Just pick a color on the rainbow and that's pretty much what color it is. Okay. Can't decide if I want to paint the armor or if I like it in the the stone washed. Looks like a stone washed steel. Is that the right term? Okay. Looks like he's carrying a widow grenade, baby. Look at him. Widow grenade, baby. I'm having a baby. can't decide how I want to do his armor. I honestly feel like I should just do... I don't know, because I feel like I've done red on literally everything. Which I know it's on brand. But it feels like I'm being a bit repetitive, making everything red. I was thinking yellow. One thing I want to try. Use this earth shade on the leather here to try and darken it up a little bit. I'm thinking I'm gonna do black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Alright, Seth. Have a good night. Sleep well. Okay. Let me grab some yellow paints. This Rakarth flesh for the orc teeth. I'm gonna try to use the... I've done this before and it did not work like I intended, but I think in this sense it should work. We're gonna try it. Because the airbrush paint is incredibly thin. So, in theory, it should work really well as a wash. I mean, kind of. Gonna need a lot more of it. It kind of works, but it just looks more like I hit it with a highlighter than it actually painted it yellow. Let's see here, because I've got... no, I'm not going to use lemon yellow. That is going to be almost gone yellow. Not what I want. options. I might have to use the Averlin Sunset that I've got. We'll try this yellow. This is yellow ochre, I think is what it says it is. That yellow seems almost too dark. Try it, see how it goes. Actually, in the light, it looks a lot better. And again, we run into the thing that I don't like about Vallejo paint is it starts out way too thin to where I have to put multiple coats on everything. Only bad thing is in this lighting, it looks almost the same color as the shirt he's wearing. Okay. Ooh. Okay. And then okay, so I was going to use this one for the teeth. Shake it up a little bit. Ow. Don't mind me, just punch the shit out of my microphone. That hurted. How is this a base color? It looks so thick. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. And I think what I'm going to do with that yellow, I kind of added a highlight effect. I think I'm going to use that for the eye. I don't think it's going to show very well. It's fine. Okay. So we got his gross teeth. So now, guess we need to focus on the metal bits first. Rinse this brush off, and then I need to actually paint his boots. Slowly but surely, we're nearly done with one model. Okay, I think what I might do now is touch up with some metal paint here. Should I go with silver pieces or bronze? See, I feel like silver makes the most sense. Because then all of the little studs and spikes make more sense and look a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just go with silver. That. Rinse this off. Okay. Yep, I definitely think silver was the better choice. Welcome back, everybody. While there was a break, I did decide to go with silver, and I think that was the better choice. I think it does contrast better with the black than a bronze would have. paint all these little studs on the harness here. These, I don't know what you would call, I guess, I wanted to say boot spurs, but they don't really look like spurs at all. I was thinking maybe they need the spurs to ride squigs or whatever, but don't seem like that makes a lot of sense. Don't think I want full coverage on the sword. I just want to just dab it on in a few places. Perfect. And I'm going to take this brush, some more red on it. Just paint the whole handle. It only took us 2 hours, but we've gotten our first ever orc painted. All in all, I don't think he looks half bad. I could definitely add some color to the eyes, but other than that, I feel like we did pretty good. Sad thing is now we've got like 29 more. Hey Will, what's up? Attic room or room that's directly on top of the stage room? Attic room? I like being in high places. Okay. So now we have our next orc to work on. And I will need some more gray paint. We got a little squig on his belt, I think. It's very hard to tell. I think it's supposed to be a squig. We'll find out shortly. Oh, son of a... Pretty sure that's supposed to be a squig, but I think it got a little bit too much primer on it. So it's kind of hard to tell what the heck that is. Right. Okay. Dust off this brush, get any extra paint off. And now we can do the highlights. Okay. Orc statue boy. That's how you know you did it right. If you got statue boy, you have done slap chop correctly. So now we have our green. So this mini works out pretty quick because it's like almost completely shirtless, so that part of painting is super easy. Oh. Okay. Richie, I have a question. Do you have a program that automatically replies in chat to keep you active, or are you regularly putting in emotes to keep my active viewers up? Because either way, I appreciate you. But also, would love to know what, if it is a program, would love to know what that is so I can let everyone in the Discord know so that Twitch actually accurately records how many people are actually watching my stream. And if I don't see a reply, I'm going to assume it is the former. Okay. Okay. All right. Almost missed something. One more thing that I paint red. Okay. And then I'm gonna paint the squig red. Okay. And now we will focus on the black sections. One thing about using these contrast paints is that I feel like I'm being a little bit too rough with the brush and it is fraying like crazy. like you really got to put multiple coats of darker colors of washes to really get any kind of any difference in shading. Belt buckle or the belt loops. Okay. Okay. Now we can focus on the solid colors. So we'll do our yellow. to the leather bits. Quit brain, dang it. Very difficult to paint this section without getting it on things I don't want it on. Ow. Okay. Work on this other one. Now we do... Oh, forgot the boots again. Dang it. Need more brown paint. One I've got on here starting to dry out because I've spread it out too much. almost done with the brown. Another ad break about to start. Nearly done. All right. Now, just paint the little skull belt buckle and his teeth. And then I might take some more of the... Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that now. Just because it'll be quick and easy. So that. Pretty much. There we go. Now, take some white here. Don't need a whole lot, not painting a huge section of it. Hang on, I need some new paint, that white is almost non-existent. Perfect. And then just some finishing touches with this Rakarth Flesh paint. Paint the teeth. The consistency of this paint is weird. Uh-oh. Alright. And then to top everything off, there's a few metal pieces that need to be painted. Need some more lead belcher paint. That closed. Is it good? Here, here. Here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do like I did before and just kind of slap some on the sword here. Okay, and then I'm going to add one more thing to this. It's a little bit extra. Just because of the fact that the ammo that he's using is exposed. We're going to use some of this Retributor armor paint. To put some gold finish on the shells in this magazine. And I might add a little bit to the little squig that's on his leg. Go ahead and do some highlight there. Not too much. Okay. And with that, we have orc number 2. Come on. Get in focus. There we go. So we have orc number 2. And I have to say, I feel like this one came out a little bit better than the first one. Especially because I was able to use a lot more of the washes on it compared to the first one. And the places that I wasn't able to use washes, I feel like they don't look too bad because they're already kind of bright colors to begin with, so highlights wouldn't make a huge difference. But yeah, we are one step closer to completing this orc army, but there's a lot of steps. And with that, I wasn't able to get a whole lot done. I was only able to get 2 models done compared to what I would normally do, but I feel like the main difference between these and when I do the Krieg is I was actually doing the models one at a time. When with the Krieg, I tend to focus on one color on each model and then work my way down through each color till I've painted them all. So it's a little bit different in that respect. But I do feel like I am getting a little bit quicker with the paints as well. Because I feel like a full model is taking me about, I don't know, an hour and a half. When used to painting the entire model probably would have taken me an entire stream. So all in all, I feel like we came out of that doing pretty well for ourselves. But now it is time to take a look and see who we might be able to raid. Let's see. Anybody that I know that I have not raided in a while. See a lot of people on, but a lot of them are playing games that aren't really something I commonly play. Let's see. to see if I could find another VTuber that was painting Warhammer, but I'm not really seeing anything at the moment. Or actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's take a look at this channel here. Let's see. I think we're going to raid this first channel that came up in similar streams by the name of the Burn Chef. Mainly because he is also painting orcs. Not a VTuber, but I feel like it's as close to a similar stream as we can get. So we're going to go ahead and start the raid. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. If you did, be sure to drop a follow or sub depending on what platform you're watching on. And then if you want to support my channel and help me try and do this more, be sure to drop a sub on Twitch or join on YouTube. I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. And tomorrow, we will be trying to do some more slap chop with Space Marines, or I'll be working on my own custom chapter. Still haven't come up with a name, though. We'll work on that. But that's all I've got for you guys tonight. You are awesome, as always. And I will talk to you all later. See you, Richie. See you, everybody. Deuces.
の戦いにあなたの力を。アラサカ警備システムに加入すれば、平和は常にあなたのものになります。いかなる境遇にも速やかに対応。外国のプロパガンダを信じてはいけません。ナイトシティの最新情報は信頼の N 校長にお任せ。